What's up, summoners? King Blair here. Today we're gonna be doing a quick showcase of one of the units that I've been cooking up in the background, which is going to be Alencia. Now, Alencia recently just did have her banner, and I love using Alencia. I love the strip, I love how tanky she is, and I'm basically almost done, just waiting for reforges. Here are the stats from Alencia. So today we'll be showcasing her all raw footage, so you guys see where I would use her, some of the things, and just go over some of the thoughts. We're gonna do maybe 1 or 2 matches of RTA, 1 or 2 matches of Arena, and 1 or 2 matches of Guild Wars, so you guys get a pretty good idea. She is a really strong PvP unit. Just know, again, she is not fully reforged. We have a lot of crit rate that we're missing, a lot of health, and of course here we have a bunch of health that we're missing, a bunch of defense, and some speed that we're also missing. She is speed tuned, since she is going to be going right before my Tywin, who I recently reworked. And again, she should go right before her. There might be some issues since I don't have the reforge on Alencia, but it's very, very rare that my Tywin outspeeds my Alencia. But of course, Tywin comboing with Alencia, Alencia is able to strip the opponent. Tywin comes in with a nice little sweep of the sword, and we get that GG, no re, full team stuns, and then maybe into our spec. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. It's a fun team I've been cooking up, just waiting for reforges essentially. Once I get all my units reforged, we will have a super spicy team. So again, just an early showcase. Hopefully you guys get to see how Alencia works. But if you like the video, make sure you like, subscribe, and join the Discord server. Link down in the descriptions. But alright, this is in champion, so let's take her against this team. Again, this may not be the best team to take her to Arena, but I just want to show you guys what she can do, what she is capable of, so you guys can decide for yourselves, is that something that you like, is something you don't like, and then go from there. So we are going to take her into a pretty interesting team. I don't think this will work perfectly. Again, Fallen Cecilia coming soon, same with Landy. I also did rework them. I am super excited to actually try those out. But what we're going to be using for this team is going to be Alencia, primarily as a stripper for a CC, sets up increased defense, makes our team be nice and tanky. We're also going to be taking a Tywin, who is the unit that she combos with, who also gives HP to the team. As far as support, this is something that I also do use in RTA, so that's the reason why I'm showing this. Ideally, we would put FCC against a team like this to have like extra CC capabilities, but we're going to put Cerise here. And then last, but definitely not least, our main source of damage, who is going to be Specimen Says, who should have a really nice setup with a Tywin and Alencia, assuming we just don't get outsped and destroyed. So we're going to put her there, get a little bit of that speed imprint, and let's just see how it does, right? So, pretty raw. This is not pre-recorded, as you guys can tell, because I'm struggling to talk over myself. So let's see how she does in Arena, and then we'll take her to RTA. Maybe we'll try the same team, maybe we'll try a little bit of a different team. So we actually did outspeed this guy Cerise, which is really good because that means we get to put up the speed debuff before he gets a chance to. So hopefully we get a nice little speed debuff here. Again, the stuff, all the barriers. She'll do her S3. She has the restrict. Our Tywin should cleanse one of them, which is why I love Tywin for this team. So he cleanses the speed down. We're going to apply that defense up. We're going to strip everyone of their barriers, except the T-Cern, who kept her barrier, which is like, honestly, that I'm completely okay with that. And then we should be able to set up into nice little Tywin S3. What I like about this team a lot is actually that it's decently healthy, right? Like if you see, almost all my units are like doing pretty good, right? So we'll be able to either get rid of the Cerise or of the FCC. We're actually going to be going on to this Cerise. Okay, so it was not an Aureus Cerise. I thought it was an Aureus Cerise. But again, pretty good damage on the Specimen Says. Specimen Says is a Moonlight Dreamblade, but it's not maxed out yet, and it's something I do have to max out. It really does suck when we don't get the good stuff. But alright, let's stun this so that we can get the Specimen Says S3 onto this unit, and then we can do some spice time. Alright, I don't know if we're going to be doing enough damage to kill this FCC, though. That's one of my concerns here. So let's try to set up some decreased defenses. Of course, our Dragon Alencia setting up some of that damage. I could go for the Soulburn here. Let's go for the Soulburn to get that guaranteed decreased defense. So that way our Tywin can do a little bit more damage onto this FCC. And hopefully this is not a full HP on Cecilia, and we're able to just land a really good S3 here, and we're able to get the kill. We did not get the kill. That kind of sucks, because now we lose the we lose the whatchamacallit, we lose the buff, the counterattack buff. Again, my specimen says it's not reforged. He's missing a lot of stats, especially from the Moonlight Dreamblade. So ideally he would have killed the FCC there. I'll show my specimen says at the end. He's not reforged, sadly, so that really does hurt. We can't really kill that T-Seren right now, so we're gonna have to go on to this. Let's try to at least provoke her here. We're giving her free Moonlight Dreamblade stacks here. Our specimen says not really dodging. Alright, let's apply some slowdown so he's not able to just cycle us every single time we hit him. Alright, there we go. We put the restrict, so this should be a lot easier to actually get rid of. Very high FRS Rowana, actually. I try to get cheeky with it. Let's try to get a guaranteed decreased defense so we can get rid of this quicker. But it is a very high resistance, so we'll just have to slowly smack it down. We are going to lose Specimen Cess, which really does suck, but we should be able to kill once the Alencia does her thing. That should push her over the threshold. Alright, there we go. We should be able to kill everyone. Hopefully we proc the Alencia here and you guys get to see Alencia doing some nice little 1-2 hits. Although we might want to... Oh, we didn't get the Alencia hit. But see, Alencia again hitting pretty strong, right? So even though she is still missing reforges, still missing a lot of defense and stuff like that, she's still able to pack a pretty good punch. We should be able to win this one. Hopefully you got to see a good idea. Look how much damage this team took, right? That's the thing I really like about this team, is how much hate this team can really take and still be able to come back and come with the slap, right? And then of course Alencia, you guys didn't get to see it there, but if we decided to use FCC instead of Cerise, we would get a lot tankier. We get this defense buff, which allows us to survive a lot more. And we're doing so much damage. We're doing so much damage with Alencia. We never got the proc of the artifact, but it's fine. He did also get a lot of Moonlight Dreamblades, which I never got one, but then again, mine's not maxed out yet, and his probably is. So, dang, this is a very tanky T-Seren. But yeah, look at my team, pretty comfortable, right? So hopefully that showed you kind of guys like, okay, like she has some potential. All right, now we're gonna take her to Guild Wars, where usually in Guild Wars, there's a couple of teams I wanted to show you guys, Alencia, but I really like this team, and I'm probably gonna take a very similar team against this Guild Wars defense. I just really like how tanky Alencia is, and the fact that she provides a defense buff makes it so I'm not actually as worried about dying. But we're gonna take it against this defense, who's a very popular defense. I could also take Basar against this defense, but I kind of want the extra damage that she provides, so we are gonna be taking Alencia. I want the strip for the Landy. And I want the strip for everything in case it's a guiding light. Landy should be faster than us, I believe. We could outspeed with speed RNG. We're also going to take the A-Tai win. And then we can either tank up or we can go with something like a Ravi, right? So let's put her in a full Bruiser team that can kind of like survive on its own. And we'll put the Ravi in there. Our A-Tai win is most likely going to die here. And for the bottom team, honestly, I'm just going to go full aggro against the bottom team. I don't know why my guild lost so much to the second defense. Maybe this is a super fast Arbiter Vildren. So we're going to take her. We have a pretty much maxed out Symbol of Unity. Even if it's like that artifact that gives a barrier, that should not be enough to stop a Soulborn Akali, right? So that bottom team should be pretty quick and dirty. So let's see how we do. Let's see if we can get some more dubs for our girl Alencia. All right, so you guys see he sets up a lot of buffs, right? He's setting up this, he's setting up a lot, right? But we're going to come in here and we're going to scream at him, right? We're going to scream with Alencia. He is going to get a ton. Oh, we don't strip the T-Seren, which kind of stinks, actually. That kind of stinks. Dude, Moonlight Dreamblade on Alencia today is kind of popping off. Or on T-Seren, not Alencia. We'll still be able to hopefully stun this Landy, apply the slowdown on the CC. Can't do much against the T-Seren, but we took care of the big threat, which was this Landy. Right, so we're slowly taking her out. That's one of the reasons why I like Alencia a lot, actually, is against Landy teams. because a lot of times they do have those landy teams that are quite annoying. Let's see if we can get some decreased defenses. Oh, she resisted it. She should be going on to our A Tywin. We will lose the A Tywin. I also realized, hindsight, I really misplaced these. Okay, but let's go. Let's keep harping on him. We are gonna lose our A Tywin here. Let's see. All right, we procced Mind's Eye, that's really good. He's gonna be zooming. All right, let's soul burn this so we can try. There we go. We should be able to kill the FCC now, which will allow us to hit the rest of the team a lot easier. Pretty good damage again. It's just always such good single target damage. Hopefully we land the stun here on the Landy. We do lose a Tywin, which makes me kind of sad because we do use them a lot on Guild Wars, and this is my first fight of the day. But at least you still get to see the team, right? So this is a Bruiser style team. And there we go. Boop. Bop him. This one is going to hurt a lot, actually. Dang. Hopefully he procs Alencia and we can just kill the T-Surin. Oh, he didn't proc the Alencia, but we did counterattack, which, like... Yeah, and let's scream at him so we can also start putting some damage on this Landy. Of course, we got that Moonlight Dreamblade. Oh, my goodness. Alright, we can kill the Landy, and I'm pretty sure we can kill the T-Surin on the loop back. Alencia again, pretty beefy, right? So there we go. Boop, boop, bap. Nice. We didn't get to see how she kills T-Surin properly. She does really good against T-Surin because you're able to double bop her, right? But it's a lot of Moonlight Dreamblade T-Surins recently. Alright, so again, wow, that's a really fast Ross. That is a really fast Ross. This is also going to be a really tanky Arbiter Vildred. But we do have Symbol of Unity. We are going to Soul Burn it for the safety. And we are going to get that shield, right? So... Unless this RB just does tons of damage, we're just gonna kill the Celine. Alright, so the Celine should go into the Emo Haste. I forgot to put Emo Haste on Portrait. Or not Portrait, on... What do you call that artifact? Alright, I kind of want to let my Emo Haste... I need to get rid of the Ross first, because I don't want the Ross setting up the increased defense. And then that would just be a problem, right? So we're going to do that, and let's help out. That should go onto the... Rise of the Monarchs, I forget if it goes into the highest attack or onto the lowest health ally. So we'll dunk on the RB, because we do need to kill this RB as soon as possible. Hopefully get the lap around here with the Akali, and there we go. No more RB. So we should be safe now. I don't think they kill anything on my team. We just kind of bop until this Ross dies, so... This will reveal our Akali, which kind of sucks because we're going to get more hits. But yeah, pretty fun, right? I like it. We're going to do one match of RTA because these fights are taking way longer than I expected, man. Sometimes Epic 7 stuff takes so long. But okay, there we go. Bop, bop. Oh, he didn't die. Oh, okay, he died to the poison. Nice. And now she's like nice and prepped for Akali to just come in and smack. I'm surprised how many people lost to these defenses, honestly. I could see because the Ross was really fast. That was like a 260, 250 speed Ross. He was really close to my Akali, right? But, I mean, it wasn't too bad. As long as you can deal with the Moonlight Dreamblade RB, it's chill. So yeah, that was not bad, but you can see my guild has been really struggling against this defense. I don't know why. And like, we're top 100, right? So like, we're doing pretty good. We might have to talk about that one, but yeah, we got to showcase Alencia pretty good. She does decent against these type of teams. Again, even if you don't have things like a Tywin, right? You could have brought something like a Kayron. You could have brought a Ross. I usually take Ross Robbie into these, so maybe Ross Robbie Alencia, so that we can strip a lot of the buffs. This Landy was a little bit on the slower side. You can always save the Alencia S3 until the Robbie does her S3, so you can remove the speed buff. I actually kind of like it. I have fun with it. I mean, I think it's great. Let's try her in RTA now. We'll only probably get one match because I don't want this video to be something that's like 30 minutes plus and then you guys don't watch it because it's too long. But yeah, I really like Alencia. I also do conclusions to kind of show some of the gear on the other units that I used. But we have dropped a lot in RTA. I've been playing around way too much with units. A lot of my units are currently going through like a... Wait, that reminds me. I need to change this really fast. Sorry about that, y'all. I realized that my Spectre T probably doesn't have her correct artifact on her. Because I was doing a lot of farming. and because of Guild Wars, I usually put my Spectre Tenebria on. Oh, she's back on book. Okay, forget anything I say. Let's go to RTA. Let's set up a match in RTA. We have dropped a lot recently. I've been playing around too much with teams. I've been having too much fun, right? And that's fine too. We already got our picture in Legend, so overall, I've been playing my new units that I've been building to have fun, and I've been having a lot of fun, right? Recently, we've been banning Arbiter Vildred, so I can show you guys how she does against things like Fallen Cecilia, right? So hopefully, we're going against a Fallen Cecilia, and I'll kind of show you guys the team that I've been using in RTA. So usually against Craw, I picked the A Tywin, who again combos really good with Alencia, right? And also it denies them the Last Rider Craw A Tywin pick. And then what I like to do against A Tywins or Last Rider Cross is put Craw. It also gives me a lot of tank because I get my double knight artifact. So right now we have Aureus, we have Adamant Shield. We are telling him that we are going Bruiser, which is fine. But at least we get 2 really strong knights, and he can't really take away his Last Rider Craw pick. So he's forced to horse into my my regular Craw, right? So that's the idea behind it. And why I've been really liking doing this. 1, to take away the OP A Tywin pick. And 2, to secure myself a knight. And usually when you go Bruiser, you will get a response of a Bruiser team, right? So Bruisers will pick Bruisers into Bruisers. Against this team, right now he's picking a lot of single target damage. So I'm not going to get to use Spes this time because my Spes would just get deleted. But we are going to use our Spectre T. He does have a lot of AoE here, but the Arbiter Builder, it's banned. He'd have to grab the T-Cern. Ideally, I'd be the one grabbing the T-Cern, but I don't have mine built yet. I just pulled her yesterday, which was amazing. And we're going to slot the Alencia, so that way we get last pick just to focus on the ban, right? So that way we can always, the last pick, this is already a good solid core team. And then the last pick, since we're using Alencia, we're going to pick her anyway. And this leaves me last pick, which lets me counter any unit that he may pick at this point, right? So that's what's always good about having last pick. I personally really like last pick. I hate going first pick. I think last pick has more power because last pick, they do not get a chance to respond. I can pick anything here and they have no way to respond. So we'll see what he picks. Right now, I'm really looking at banning the F-Clury. I'm not too worried about the Riot. We might lose to the Riot, actually. I might have to ban the Riot. Because looking at it, the Riot's the only thing that can really kill me right now. But the RTA Mercedes can't actually reach my Spectre T. The RTA Mercedes can also hit my A Tywin, which is kind of annoying. But let's see what he picks last pick. We might honestly pick Landy if he picks another slow unit. We might pick top model Luluka if he picks a slow unit and then just go full aggro against him. Okay, so he did pick another slow unit. So we are going to be taking top model Luluka to kind of put pressure on him for picking a slow team. We are going to ban away the speed threat, which is going to leave me with a Champ C that I will have to deal with. But again, I only have the A Tywin that he can counter, right? So he probably bans the top model Luluka here. That means we keep the Spectre Tenebria. And he only has... He doesn't have that many ways to reach her through double knight. If he doesn't ban the top model Luluka, I am guaranteed turn 1. I am guaranteed a ton of damage against him. And potentially just absolutely destroying his team and just GG right there, right? So not bad. I'm okay with my draft. Let's see what he bans. Bans the top model, so very good ban. He kind of has to for in this scenario, because if he doesn't ban the top model Luluka, he's just gonna get slammed by so much damage, right? Because he only has the flurry. So really good ban on his side. That's what I would have banned as well. But again, that's what last pick is so strong, because you're in a much more commanding position. That's a really slow Last Rider Craw. We do have to land this on him, though. If we don't land the strip, we are kind of in trouble. We hit the Rylet, though, which is kind of pog. Not gonna lie, that's kind of lit. So we did not hit on the Last Rider Craw, which really does suck, but we are just gonna S3 and stun his team. I really don't care that the Champ C will counter me at this point in the game. It does suck that we didn't hit the Last Rider Craw, but I really do like taking her against Last Rider Craw. Of course he hits Stene. Alright, we're just gonna put back up our defense buff on the Stene and the A Tywin. And we're gonna try to push the Champ C back. So he will get this S3, but I don't think he's gonna keep his Rylet. So, and we have the crowd. We should be fine. I think we pretty much win this game. There's not a lot of ways that we lose. Let's just put it that way. All right, and let's... Since the Rylet doesn't have dodge... Oh, he does have Moonlight Dreamblade. If this dude procs Moonlight Dreamblade twice, this guy is nuts, dude.
Kiss my feet.
Especially if he procs it like at the perfect time. I realized I didn't need to do the S2 on the crow. Alright, he doesn't luck sack me back, but he does counter! Holy! Alright, we're gonna lose when the second this Champ C goes. We lose the that sucks, dude. We lose our... Hopefully our Croc can outspeed here. Let's see who he goes on to. No way you kill my Craw, dude. No way you kill my Craw. That's very ambitious. We do have to kill this Champ C, but I also want to kill the Rylet as soon as possible. But this is a lot of... The Craw should outspeed, so I should be able to just slam with Alencia and then get the double slam. There we go. And then we get the double slam. And we go on the Champ C, which basically just guarantees me the kill on the Champ C once my Craw takes a turn. Let's not hit her, just because I don't want to have to deal with her doing all this other, like countering me and potentially killing my stand. I want to make him work for it. We are going to horse the Champ C here, because he's the only one that can 100% hit our Respected Tenebria. So now he has no Champ C, which means he has no reach, which means our Respected Tenebria can just take over the game. Really good match, actually, showcasing Alencia. It does suck that we didn't land it onto the Last Rider Cross, so you guys can see like full domination. Usually Last Rider Cross go before my Alencia, so this guy just had a really slow Last Rider Crawl. I don't think this Last Rider Crawl is going to last long enough to kill anything. Our Alencia gets S3 back up next turn. Dude, Alencia gets her skills so fast. I should have just soul burned it, but it didn't really matter because he resisted. And we're just denying him so many souls right here. Holy... We are going to soul burn here with Spectre T, and even if Spectre T dies here, she did her job, right? She did her job at being a backline threat that is hard to take down. So, yeah, that's GG. So, yeah, nice and easy, right? So, Alencia, nice option there. You know, it gave us the defense buff, so our, you know, it forces him to the Champ C didn't do as much damage on our Stene, and we were able to booster it out. You know, pretty good matchup against a lot of units. It sucks I didn't get to see her against Landy, but she also does have a really good matchup against Landy. But that is all I have for you guys today. I hope y'all enjoyed seeing Alencia. Let me just show you guys some of the things and just kind of summarize some of her gear and where I really do like to use her, which I didn't really summarize at the beginning. But overall, Alencia is still a really good bruiser. I am having so much fun with her. I am so ready to reforge both these pieces so I can have a really broken Alencia. Pretty good stats overall. Very beefy. I'm thinking maybe I'll switch to some like Symbol of Unity to be able to hit fire units with this and maybe like hit Rylets more reliably. But again, missing the reforges, can get a lot more speed, can definitely get a lot stronger, but she does so much work. Doesn't necessarily need immunity 100%. I just really like immunity now because it just helps me get turn 1s against F10s and like luck sack F10s. I typically do like to use her against Landy teams. Landy teams do consist of FCC and Landy, and they are both very strong units, right? Especially Landy, if you need Basar and someone else. Usually with Basar, if you don't have Bisaria, if you have an Alencia, she's also really good against Landy. She's able to hit Landy, able to strip Landy, and be able to set up into someone else like your Ross or into like an A Tywin that can then punish the Landy that is no longer stealthed and an immunity, right? So a tanky stripper that also does damage. I do primarily use it as stripper. As you saw, no effectiveness. She still lands it on the units that she needs it. No one really runs effectiveness, and if they're running Efrus, you're never going to get the effectiveness to reach it, which is why I didn't give it that much effectiveness. Of course, crit rate as high as possible. Speed, it's legit just to combo with a Tywin, and then the health as high as I could get it. Ideally, it'll get a lot higher, and maybe one day I'll get some imprints. But yeah, and then of course the A Tywin, who I also recently reworked, who is also waiting for reforges. He sometimes will not be able to cut in properly, which really does suck. But again, pretty standard, right? The speed is right there, very high effectiveness, and she's the one that really has to land the debuffs. And then of course I have a ring with more effectiveness, and then I have a neck that a helmet that honestly, I just really like the HP that it provides. I may switch it in the future to something that has more effectiveness to get him closer to 150 effectiveness so he's able to land on higher FRS targets. But yeah, that's the A Tywin. That's the combo that I've been using, Alencia and A Tywin. Specimen says it's still a work in progress. I didn't show him to you guys, but he will be showcased potentially even next week. Just really need to reforge these pieces because there is so much defense that I'm missing right here, so much effectiveness. There's so much health and critical hit damage and critical hit rate that I'm missing here as well. And then of course there's so many defensive stats that I'm missing as well as critical hit damage, which will let me be able to kill units more reliably. And then of course all the attack that I'm missing from not having this thing maxed out, which I really should, because Moonlight Dreamblade does not work unless it's maxed out, because if it's not 20%, it's 0%. But okay, that's it for all that I got for you guys today. I hope y'all enjoy, and I will see y'all next time. Peace.